Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving deep into something that, well, it touches absolutely everyone, doesn't it? Education.
Right.
From kids in classrooms to, adults navigating their careers,
Mm.
we're looking at how learning itself is fundamentally changing.
Yeah, especially with technology and AI really jumping into the picture now.
Exactly. And why, despite all this rapid evolution, the core idea of learning is maybe more vital now than ever before.
Well, we've pulled together quite a stack of sources for this deep dive article, some research notes that really lay out these interconnected ideas pretty well.
Okay.
They give us a clear look at the exciting potential technology brings, but also make sure we keep crucial considerations front and center. It's not all just hype.
Good. So our mission today is really to cut through some of the noise, dig into these materials, and surface the key shifts happening in education globally. We want to understand what these changes mean for you, for all of us as learners today, and, well, heading into tomorrow. Let's jump in.
Okay. So what really stands out from the get-go, I think, in this material is how education has always been this essential door,
Yeah, the pathway.
It's the way people gain the tools to think, to grow, and ultimately, to build better lives for themselves. That hasn't changed.
Right. And even with all the buzz about AI and automation reshaping industries, the core message from these sources is pretty unmistakable. Learning is still the ultimate advantage. But here's the key shift, the one that keeps coming up. It's less and less about just, like, stuffing your head with facts or rigidly following instructions.
Exactly. So if memorizing facts isn't the main game anymore, then what is? I mean, the insights here point strongly towards developing the ability to think critically, to be adaptable, to solve complex problems, and crucially, to learn how to keep learning, throughout your entire life.
That lifelong learning piece.
Yeah, this transformation actually makes learning in this new form exponentially more important.
And this is where things get really fascinating, I think. Think about how much the world has changed. I mean, we've got smartphones, AI, instant information literally in our pockets.
It's completely different.
It's a radically different landscape than even, a couple of decades ago.
Yeah. Yet, when we look at many traditional school systems, the methods, well, they often haven't really caught up, have they?
That always no.
If the world outside the classroom has completely transformed, can the way we prepare people for it really stay the same? The material we reviewed suggests strongly that it simply can't.
The future needs more than just human databases, right?
Yeah.
It needs critical thinkers, people who can be genuinely creative, and individuals who can collaborate effectively. The old model, largely built around memorization and repetition, it just isn't sufficient for the kind of challenges and, frankly, opportunities to lie ahead.
And this is precisely where technology, especially AI, enters the picture as a powerful enabler, the enabler role. Yeah, the sources highlight how technology unlocks personalized, flexible learning experiences. It allows us to move beyond that sort of traditional one-size-fits-all approach in the classroom.
Thinking specifically about AI, I mean, the capabilities mentioned are quite striking. We're talking about AI that can grade quizzes in seconds.
Yeah, instantly. And provide students with instant, personalized feedback on their work. Track a student's learning progress in real time to see where they might be struggling.
Spotting those gaps early.
Exactly. Translate languages on the fly, even generate customized learning materials or tests based on specific needs.
That example of a chatbot, one that could help a student practice complex math problems or maybe improve their writing skills anytime, anywhere.
Right. That really brings home the potential for accessibility and personalized support. It's like having a tutor on demand.
And the benefits aren't just for students, are they? Teachers can leverage AI to save significant time on those admin tasks, like grading.
Oh, absolutely. Freeing them up for more impactful interactions. AI can also give them deeper insights into individual student progress or even class-wide trends.
So they can treat their teaching methods much more effectively.
Precisely. And what's also really powerful is AI's potential to support students who learn differently.
How so?
Well, features like integrated voice-to-text or real-time translations, or the ability to automatically tailor the difficulty and presentation of lessons that can make education accessible in ways that were, frankly, very difficult before for students with learning disabilities or maybe language barriers.
Of course, it's not presented as some kind of magic bullet. The sources are clear-eyed about the concerns, too, right?
That's definitely. Worries about data privacy, for one. The risk of students becoming too reliant on technology.
Yeah, losing that independent thinking.
or the potential for it to reduce essential human interaction, that face-to-face connection.
And this prompts that important question. How do we integrate these tools thoughtfully?
It's not just about having the tech. Right. The materials position AI not as a replacement for dedicated teachers, that's cute, but
Right.
rather as a powerful assistant and support system.
Supporting the teacher, not replacing them.
Exactly. The irreplaceable value of human connection and learning is something consistently emphasized throughout these sources.
Okay, moving outwards then. Let's look at the global implications. Technology is genuinely opening doors for students in places where, well, traditional education has been scarce.
Yeah, think about remote or lower income areas that might lack sufficient physical schools or, enough trained teachers. Digital tools are starting to bridge that gap.
It's amazing to think a simple smartphone with an internet connection can essentially become a fully stocked classroom.
It expands the reach of education dramatically. It's quite profound, really.
And we're seeing investments in educational technology, edtech, happening worldwide. Places like the US and Finland, sure, but also Cambodia, South Africa.
Yeah, many countries. The goal is explicitly to close education gaps and work towards creating more equitable opportunities for students, regardless of their location.
And looking ahead, this could foster truly global classrooms, couldn't it? Where students from vastly different countries collaborate online.
Imagine that, sharing unique perspectives, learning about the world together in real time.
However, the material grounds this optimism in a pretty critical reality check.
Needs that balance.
Despite these technological leaps, millions of children globally still lack access to the basics, quality physical schools, safe learning environments, or even trained teachers. The tech doesn't solve everything.
Not by a long shot. And even in systems with good infrastructure, students face significant non-tech related challenges too. Immense stress sometimes.
Yeah.
Persistent inequality in resources and support, outdated teaching methods still linger, and often just a lack of personalized attention.
So the challenge isn't just getting education to everyone, it's ensuring everyone gets better education.
Yeah.
Quality matters.
Exactly. Better, more relevant education.
Which naturally leads us to the challenges faced by teachers and, well, the human side that technology can't just replace. It's not all smooth sailing, is it?
No, definitely not. Some teachers feel, understandably, overwhelmed by the pace of technological change and the training required just to keep up.
And then there are the practical hurdles. Schools needing funding for the latest tech.
Which isn't cheap.
And the stark reality that not all students have reliable internet access or suitable devices outside of school. The digital divide is real.
Absolutely. But the sources really highlight something powerful here, something beyond the tech specs.
Which is?
The irreplaceable impact of human connection in the learning process. That specific look a teacher gives when you're struggling,
Yeah, I remember that.
Or the shared excitement of a group project finally coming together, the spark of hearing a classmate's unique idea. These aren't things technology can replicate. Not really.
So the strong caution is that technology must support and enhance this vital human element. Never diminish it.
That's the balance. The best learning environment isn't tech instead of teachers, but tech that empowers great teaching.
The takeaway seems clear then. The most impactful learning happens at that intersection, where technology effectively supports and amplifies great teaching, helping educators and students thrive.
Well put. Now, shifting focus a bit, beyond traditional schooling, the material consistently emphasizes the crucial concept of lifelong learning.
Right, this came up again and again.
The message is unequivocal. Learning absolutely does not stop when you graduate. Not anymore.
In the world we live in today, being a lifelong learner isn't just like a nice to have. It's essential, isn't it?
It's fundamental. The ability to continuously acquire new skills. Things like coding, honing communication, mastering new languages, developing leadership. It's fundamental for staying relevant and succeeding, no matter your age or career stage.
So education isn't just a chapter that closes.
No, it's an ongoing process, a continuous engagement with new knowledge and new skills. You have to keep at it.
So if we peer into the future, based on what these sources suggest, what might we see? What's on the horizon?
Well, some potential trends mentioned include things like more AI tutors readily available in homes, maybe.
Okay.
Virtual reality field trips that could take you anywhere in the world or even beyond. Wearable tech, perhaps, offering real-time feedback on focus or even stress levels during learning.
Wow.
And instant translation, making it possible to learn in literally any language, breaking down those barriers.
These are exciting possibilities, no doubt.
Yeah.
But as the sources seem to consistently remind us, the real future of education isn't just about the gadgets and the tools, is it?
No. Fundamentally, it's about people.
Right.
It's about figuring out how to genuinely help every single student discover their unique way of learning, find their own voice, and gain the adaptability needed to confidently navigate a world that, let's face it, will continue to change in unpredictable ways.
And technology, when approached with intention, with wisdom, and with a focus on human connection.
Yeah, then it can be an incredibly powerful partner in achieving that fundamental goal for every single learner.
Okay, so let's try and bring this all together. We've seen how technology, especially AI, is driving rapid change in education. It brings incredible potential for personalized learning, expanding access globally.
Huge potential. But we've also acknowledged the significant challenges ensuring equitable access to the tech itself, effectively integrating new tools without overwhelming people.
And, maybe most importantly, preserving and enhancing that irreplaceable human connection that defines great teaching and learning.
That's central.
The core shift we've really unpacked here is this move away from a more rigid traditional model towards one centered on adaptability, critical thinking, problem solving.
And embracing learning as a fundamental lifelong activity, not just something you do until you're 18 or 22.
Right. The future requires individuals who are not just knowledgeable, but capable of navigating complexity and continuing to grow long after they leave any formal education setting.
That adaptability is key.
So, this leaves us, and you listening, with a final thought to mull over, drawing from everything we've discussed. If the real future of education is truly about empowering individuals to adapt and learn in their own way for this constantly changing world,
And if lifelong learning is now an absolute necessity for success,
then how will you actively engage with learning throughout your life? How will you consciously balance the incredible potential of new digital tools with the, frankly, irreplaceable value of human interaction and connection?
something to think about as you move forward.